Hey guys, Marty Boots here. Today I've got a very important video for you, a very interesting video. A lot of people in the market have been extremely bearish, right? Extremely bearish on Bitcoin recently, and they're all calling for drops down to 6,000, 9,000, whatever else. Everybody's extremely bearish. Now, I want to point out a few things that may change people's minds. It may open people's minds. Now that trend line's not drew properly. I need to adjust that. But it may just change people's minds in the fact that we are bearish. Now there's a lot of hedge funds that have just bought between the 9,000 and 10,000 level. Even Twitter came out today. That guy Jack Dorsey or whatever his name is, I have no idea who he is, but he bought $50 million worth of Bitcoin. Paul Tudor Jones, he's put 2% of his net worth in, and that's one of the biggest hedge funds in the world. At least it's up there. It's one of the most famous. He's the most famous trader of all time. He's like a god in trading and investing, and he's even openly said that he believes Bitcoin will become his most profitable asset. With the highest return. But he's because it's speculative. Of course, he's only going to put 2%. He says almost just under 2% of his net worth in there. Now, I think that was 137 million or something from memory. Don't quote me on the number. We need to check that. But it was up there in that ballpark. And so a lot of big players, and they're buying up here. Why are they buying up here if it's the top? Right. I want to show you a few things here right now, and I'm telling you this is not the top in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going higher, and I guarantee you, right? I think Bitcoin is going to go parabolic, right? We've talked through this in our live trading room, and we've talked through the reasons why I think it's going to go parabolic. I've made a lot of videos to our members about the reasons why I think it's going to go parabolic, and people are sleeping on Bitcoin. Time will tell if I'm right or not, right? Now, there's a few things I want to start off. Now, I've got these two. I want to show you something very important. First, before I get into the guts of the video, I want to show you something extremely important, right? And a lot of people don't understand this. Okay, this is a learning educational topic for you. Now, this is the volume here. When a market tops out, there is capitulation top, right? Capitulation volume. You can see this was the largest sell volume in Bitcoin's history at the very top. It's not a coincidence. Okay, it's capitulation top. Right. Now, when you get smaller volumes like this, it's usually continuation volume. Okay. It's saying that the trend is in continuation, right? So you get a top. And basically, look at all this. There is no volume here. People were at the $6,000 level, and people were wondering where this is the bottom. People were thinking this is the bottom, and Bitcoin's going to go back to 20,000. People did not think that the $6,000 level was going to break. They were silly. They were stupid. Now, I was calling for down here at the time. Of course, there's a lot of fake outs, but I had targets down here of $3,000 to $4,000. And if people would just look at this, right? If you look at this, there is no volume there. Look at this. There is no bottoming volume down here at the $6,000. The market was not bottomed. Look what happened. You bottom on capitulation volume, right? Look at the large volume. You top on capitulation buying and selling, right? So you can see down here, there was no volume. Okay, very important. Then we bottomed. These large volumes here, it's not capitulation, it's continuation volume. Look at this. This is a breakup. It's continuation volume. It's not huge volume, it's large volume. Okay, continuation volume. So this is a educational section on volume, guys. It's very important to understand the market. Volume is the lifeblood of a market. If you don't have volume, you don't have anything. You don't have price moving up, you don't have price moving down. It's the lifeblood of a market. Look at this. This is not huge, it's large volume. It's not capitulation volume. This is continuation volume, right? Look at this. So, okay, so we have this again. All of this before we get capitulation. Look at the capitulation top, right? We have capitulation top here, okay? Now, after a capitulation top, the market topped out. This volume told us the market was topping out. What happened? We went into a downtrend. Okay. Now, you can see here, this was the only volume spike, and this was the only other large volume spike. They're large volume spikes. They are not capitulation volume. Okay, you can see all of this. There was no capitulation volume. The market had not bottomed. Okay, where did the market bottom? On capitulation volume. This is the market bottoming. These are continuation volumes, right? See these? These are continuation. They are not calling a bottom or a top. They are calling continuation. Okay, now we are here. Look at this. This is continuation volume. After the high volume, this is continuation. This is continuation volume. Look, break up, continuation. Notice there is no capitulation topping volume here at the $12,000 level or whatever, anywhere there. I'm going to repeat that. It's extremely important. There is no capitulation topping volume here. Bitcoin has not topped out. Bitcoin will go higher. There is no capitulation top. Okay, it's very, very simple, right? There is no capitulation volume in here. These are continuation volumes, right? Look at this. The hedge funds have all been buying. Jack Dorsey bought here at 10,600. Paul Tudor Jones bought here at 9,900 or whatever that was. Other hedge funds and institutions have all bought all in and around up here, right? Do you think these hedge funds are buying the top of the market? No, they're definitely not buying the top of the market, 100%. Now, with that understood, and that's a masterclass in volume, guys, and it's the broad educational part on volume, but it's very important to even know that part about volume. There's a lot more to volume, guys. There's a lot more to volume, but you need to understand the basics, and that is the basics you need to know, right? Now, here's the other thing. I'm actually going to move to the GBTC. The GBTC is what the institutions use to buy Bitcoin, right? These are what the institutions use, okay? Now, what do we have here? We have, I need to go to a weekly chart. We have an extremely bullish trend. And this trend, it looks like the NASDAQ, right? It looks like the NASDAQ. And look at this head and shoulders. Now, I'm going to take this back right here. Look at this. We formed a giant head and shoulders. And I remember back here, I called for a giant head and shoulders on the NASDAQ, and people thought I was crazy. People thought, they laughed at me and thought I was crazy. And they says, no, the NASDAQ is going to roll over here. And well, we all know what happened. I'll show you in a minute what happened for people who don't know. Now, we have just formed a giant head and shoulders pattern on Bitcoin above all moving averages with rising RSI on good volume. Now we're breaking above all moving averages. This is a giant head and shoulders, right? This is a giant head and shoulders, and we just broke out. And also, we have just the institutions. If you can see this, I want to zoom in so you see this. Look at the gap. The institutions have pushed down, filled the gap, and broke back out above the neckline of the giant head and shoulders, right? This neckline also runs back up here, right? It's not an identical fit, but look at the NASDAQ. Look at the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ was not a perfect fit either, right? But look at the moving average structure on the NASDAQ. We started getting above all weekly moving averages, and sorry, that's the wrong chart. I'm not prepared there. I should have been more prepared. Okay, here, this is better. So you can see it right here. Now, if I take this off, I just want to take that away so you can see these moving average structures here, right? And what actually happened was we had a drop and a bearish flag, right? Bitcoin has a drop and a bear flag. If I can go back, look at this bear flag. If we are dropping here in a bear flag, right? I'm not saying that this cannot drop lower, okay, but I'm trying to talk about the overall structure. There may be one more dump back down. I'm not sure. But you can see here when this bearish flag failed because of the support of the moving averages, when this broke back up and bartered back up, right, the NASDAQ went parabolic. Okay, the NASDAQ went absolutely parabolic. Now, we have a similar pattern here. We have a very similar pattern. I can take that away actually. Look at the pattern. the large parabolic move that dropped back down, then we form this head and shoulders above all moving averages. And this, the blockchain is the new kid on the block, so to speak. And Bitcoin is the big dog in that, right? The institutions are buying this. They're not buying the altcoins. The institutions are buying this. And back here, right, the tech stocks were all new, right? Of course, they were new here, but it crashed. And after they crashed, then this pump was proof that there was a future in Bitcoin, right? See this pump right here? It's identical in the Nasdaq. This pump here was proof that there was something really important about the new technology and the new tech stocks and the new internet and all of that, and phones and technology and all. There was something real, and the fundamentals were real about it. This pump in Bitcoin is telling us that the fundamentals are real, that the people are going to invest in this. And well, guys, we have already broken out and we have back tested, right? The Nasdaq did the same. We had this above all moving averages in a head and shoulders, and we've back tested right here. Bitcoin is sitting right here. This is where Bitcoin is sitting here right now, above all moving averages, right? And guys, who knows? I'm just throwing it out there. But you know, we've talked through this in our group. I've actually made a video about this months ago, but you know, it's still playing out. It's still playing out. I think I made a video down here about it somewhere, and you know, to this day, it's still very possible. And if I go back to this video was ran on, it's very extended here, but if I go back to the GBTC, right, this is also potentially some sort of a Adam and Eve pattern, right? And we are trying to break out. Now, if we do break up here, you know, it could be an Adam and Eve pattern. I made a complete mess of drawing that, but you can see this, an Adam, an Eve, right? And that would give you a target of about 28,000, okay, up here. So, guys, I wouldn't sleep on Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin can go parabolic. These institutions are not buying on the highs right up here, in my opinion. And the volume is telling us that this is not topped out. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. If you're interested in joining us for the 3-day free trial, we have a group of fantastic members. We also have $1 million worth of courses from banks and institutions and professional traders. If you really want to up your game, we also have lots of buy and sell alerts. So we have a wonderful platform in there if you're interested. And you want to come in and trade with some like-minded people and learn and improve your skills, we might just have the proper group for you. Anyway, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. And don't forget to like and subscribe.